further ado, let's get into some homosexual news. And let's talk about Wilson Cruz had to come out here and drag Terrence tight ass over some comments he was making about the gays. And it's funny because when I first heard, when I was reading the article and stuff, it was different. But then after, when I read the article about him talking about men in Hollywood and all this other stuff, when I saw the video, I'm just like, is it me or is this video homophobic? Like, he's giving me homophobic tease. And this is what I don't understand. You did a whole show with Empire with Jussie Smollett and Brashear Gray, who out here doing OF content with other men. So two of your sons on the show doing homosexual things, and you out here talking about you not giving up the booty or you won't make out with no man, and then threw Justin Bieber in the conversation about sexual abuse allegedly and all that. And it's like, wait a minute. So Justin Bieber, number one, was a child allegedly when the things were happening to him, which is why we seeing the crash out now of him wearing a sweater half on, half off, his whole tidy whities exposed, and going in on the paparazzi about, y'all don't care about me, give me money. You trying to make money off of me, and doing his little crash out situation and trying to shoo people away while he going into whatever place he was going into, which to me, you doing that brings attention to you even more, and then people gonna hold up their cameras, and now they know how to get up under your skin. Just throw your shades on, walk to them people like you don't know, pay them dust, because you crashing out and you having this whole temper tantrum, that just eggs them on. Trust and believe, Britney Spears went through that. So, out Star Trek Discovery star Wilson Cruz is clapping back after the actor Terrence Howard went on a homophobic rant on a podcast. And funny enough, what I did not know, when I talked about the show, he went on the PBD podcast, which I did not know until friend of the show, Robert, mentioned. That's a conservative podcast. I was like, oh, because look, I've already said way too many times on this channel, there are way too many podcasts out here. Everybody named Mama got a goddamn podcast, but y'all saying a bunch of damn nothing. Quiet as it's kept. So I got the clip of Terrence out here looking all kinds of nutty. Because they say he into like moon and moon chakras and all kinds of weird shit. So he came out here and said some foolishness. I got a little clip. We're going to play the clip, and then we'll come back and we'll talk. Please hold.
You know, when you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back. It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man in the room. And that's always been my whole thing. And have lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't compromise. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that shit because the man card means everything.
Okay, so I don't know what the hell he means by that, because what does kissing a man have to do with anything? First of all, it takes a real man to take a dick up his ass. Number one. So you running around here talking about, oh, I don't do that stuff. So taking a dick up your butt or making out with a man makes you less than a man? Well, you don't know many homosexuals, because the clean out, the fact that you got to be able to take them long, thick ones, as a lot of shout out to you bottoms. Once upon a time I did when I was in my early 20s, and I was like, this is not in my ministry. So now I'm just a strict top. But at least I know what it feels like, because when I was back in the day experimenting and trying to figure out what it was that I was into sexually, that's what I did. But now it's like, oh, I know what to do. So it's like, it takes a real man to take a dick, number one. So, and once you've done it, then you actually know how to please your bottoms or whatever the case is. So don't speak on things you don't know anything about, because he also said, when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That's all the people that went to puffy parties. Because, you know, all the old school people, like from Wendy Williams on to Terrence, call him Puffy still. Even though he had like 5,000 different damn names. He said that was all the people that did all those things, thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Get punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. And then he said that he refused to play gay roles because he feared losing his man card. And I'm feeling like, first of all, last time I checked, you're an actor. So whether or not you play gay, you feel like that makes you less than a man? Like, to me, this whole misogynoir mentality that he has, you sound dumb as hell. But I understand you got to go on a conservative podcast and sell a narrative, because quiet as it's kept, ain't nobody checking for Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard, in my opinion, I feel like ruined his career. You had so many good things going for you. You was a nuisance on the set of Iron Man, which is why they fired you after the first one and replaced you with Don Cheadle. And I'm sure he didn't have to bring his knee pads to a MCU meeting and have to blow Kevin Feige to get that part. It was given to him because Don Cheadle's a good damn actor. You're, in my opinion, have always given me asshole energy. And he said, I've lost businesses because I don't bend over that way. I don't compromise. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that ish because the man card means everything. Well, I don't think you a real man any damn way, because being a man has nothing to do with how you move sexually. Being a man is just being respectful of, in my opinion, being respectful of the people that surround you, not being disrespectful or trying to indoctrinate a lot of your ignorant ass beliefs on other people. Is moving through life, doing your thing. As long as, my motto was always live and let live. As long as it's not hurting me or affecting me, I don't give a damn what you do. If you're not affecting me or other people, then have at it. Do what you need to do to make your life feel the way it is. So then after that, Wilson Cruz, openly homosexual actor who's been around since, My So-Called Life, that was his debut, basically threw a little shade at Miss Howard. Now, Cruz shared a video of Howard on PBD and said, he sure did talk a different talk and act in a different way when it came to working with me in the 90s. Love my work, love my choices, etc. This fool's out here performing for the white man, and put it in caps, WHYTE, doing and saying what he needs to do to get over. He is quite literally bending over and doing what pleases the man, and he seems to enjoy it. The truth is, no one wants to work with his tired ass anyway, due to his ego and lack of work ethic. So quite literally, go fuck yourself. You are the sellout here, Terrence Howard, and made sure to, tag him in the situation, which I do have that tweet here, so I don't know. So yeah, there's his post or whatever, and make sure to put him in there. Shout out to not Chris Evans or not Captain America, because there's this guy on Twitter by the name of Chris Evans, but he had to put it not Captain America, because then people would think it was him. Which I thought was like, that's the irony of it all, that you actually put that out there. And yeah, so I didn't know that was a right-wing podcast until I was told that it was a right-wing podcast. But wait, there's more. Because that wasn't the only thing he said. He also put "Dear at the Terrence Howard" and then posted it in his Instagram stories and said, maybe you wouldn't feel so emasculated by feminism if your manhood was rooted in something other than oppressing women. Because a lot of what he was saying, it did feel that he was trying to, the only way that he felt that he was complete as a man is that he had to emasculate other people. And that's another thing I don't like either. When you have certain men that run around here and think like, oh, I have to put you down, I have to emasculate you, I have to treat you like crap in order for me to feel superior. And so you had to go on a conservative podcast in order to make yourself feel some type of way, because ain't nobody checking for Terrence Howard in any other way. And there's so many other roles out there that you could do without having to emasculate who you are or have to bend over and do things. Now, we're not going to sit up here and try to act like the casting couch don't exist, because it does. But if people want to take that route for their career, that's on them. And if you don't want to do that, that's on you. That's great. Everybody doesn't have to follow the road that's mostly traveled. If you want to take the road less traveled, then that's great. You do that. But you don't have to put other people down and try to root your whole commentary in homophobia in order to make yourself feel like somebody, because you look like Boo Boo the Fool up there with that mess, with that stupid hat on, with a hoodie over your head, looking like a damn nut. Yeah, you literally look like you and Kanye West on that same stuff, and y'all both need a conservatorship. Oh, yeah, and he also put "sincerely a real man." That's what he put at the end of his thing, and this was on the Feminist Vibe. That was a post that he shared. So yeah, so Wilson Cruz said what he said, and don't come for a openly comfortable homosexual in their skin, because you know us, we'll read your ass down to the floor, sir. So don't come for our community unless we send for you. And we don't want to see you being in no homosexual stuff, because we wouldn't want to see that anyway. I mean, you was cute back in the day when you was on Living Single. That was like the peak of your attractiveness. Now you look all sweaty, like you've been doing too much booger sugar laced with some Fenty, allegedly. So we don't want to see you in that light anyway. Keep your pants up above your waist. So I say all this to say, what do you guys think of this story in regards to what Wilson Cruz had to say about Terrence Howard dragging him out in these streets because he want to come for the gays? Which we ain't, that mind the business that page. We ain't do nothing to you, sir. Don't come over here trying to start your mess, because you will get read down to the ground. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.